Good morning, guys, and welcome to iPunt Smart preview for Fairview. Fairview on the grass today. Conditions are good and very little rain. Nothing in the last 24 hours, 8 millimeters in the last 7 days. So it's all looking like it will stay good and a bit overcast. So it seems to be a really nice day for racing. 6.7 kilometers an hour wind, which currently is very little for Port Elizabeth, for Fairview. So let's get going. In the first, we have three first timers that could be anything. Two of them being supported 0.65 on First Rain, 2.55 on Cruzador. So given that the only horse that's run before that did get a little bit of support is South Sandwich here, 2.85 drifted to 6 on the same day when all of these were running against one another. Could be a really little tricky affair this to say what's going to happen here. The one part that I do like is the fact that Mokotwa is now taking the ride instead of Kati. So the stable jockey is on Sharon Cotson's horse, and that to me would mean that there would be some improvement. And given they were all in pretty much the same in the betting, apart from South Sandwich, I don't read too much into the 11 lengths and the 10.5 lengths on Zartback and Wiley Winks, and the 5.25 on Admiral's Shine, because it's just a first run. Marco is now riding on Jacob, so that should bring some improvement. And then Joannell has got plenty of really decent runners today. 4 runners, and all 4 of them looks pretty decent. 4 races, so I wouldn't be surprised if he is in the mix here. And then Greef can be Greeft in any given day, but today he doesn't have anything else but First Rain in this race. So if that betting is anything to go by, he should be decent. So in the first year, I am going with my bipot as 713, and my bigger bipot, the 6 and 4, being added. So the second race, here we have a really decent runner in Global Drummer, and they're trying the tongue tie with Global Drummer today. Clearly it's really decent horse. It got beaten last time, but lots of first runs, and it was over 1200, 600, 1600, 1400, 1000, doesn't really matter. Global Drummer just goes to the front and tries and stays there. Well, that's been his plan so far. So he is the best horse in the race. Funny that Global Drummer and Bloom is both putting tongue ties on, and they both are ones that's looking for future, because they both ran in some features, and so did Moon Gamey on the Rust and the bottom here. I do think 1 and 6 is all that you need in the bipot, and then the PA. I don't see any spooks here if I look at these kind of bat figures of the rest of the race. I wouldn't be surprised if this result is 163. Going on to the third race, and here we have had quite a bit of shuffling around now, since that's why the bipot always changes when these kind of things happens. So I'm just going to have to change that, given my numbers has changed a bit on that race. 10, 4, 7, 11 and 3 is now the after the 1 got scratched. 10, 4, 7, 11 and 3. So 4, 10, 7, 11 with the bigger perm, the 3. I actually quite liked the scratching Iron Henry, so that's a bit of a pity that he's now gone, and that does change things a little bit on the whole setup of the race. 10, 4, 7, 11, 3 and 2 is the pick 6 numbers. Okay, so Leon Lotz has only got the 1 for the day here, Torero, and now that the scratching has happened, things are getting a little bit interesting here because he's now got the best overall ranking, exotic ranking, adjusted time. Look at the adjusted time. It's actually quite a bit on the adjusted time now that Russian Knight and Iron Henry's gone 100 to 98, the second best. So that's quite a bit of a chunk on adjusted time. He's 34 P-stat probability on adjusted time, 30% to 13% to win, but overall ranking 27% is the highest of the lot to win. Paris Opera is a first timer, so you don't need him in your pick six, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does win because Ref can win on a first timer. So I think that what you need now is 4, 10, 7, 11 and maybe the favorite 12 or 3 National Liberty. National Liberty for me being a very interesting runner because he's a stable change. Jock Strader's been in really good form of late. Stain is taking the ride. You can see Royal Windsor doesn't have a jockey on book yet, but this bat 168 form before the rest is the best in the field. So the first best bat on bat 42 and bat 84 is Jock Stradom, and then in bat 168 we also have Jock Stradom. So that does tell me that those two Jock Stradom runners you have to respect, and this might turn out to be a bit tougher now that Iron Henry got scratched. So Torero, the only Leon Lots with the best adjusted time by Lots, excuse the pun, by Royal Windsor, by King Fort, by National Liberty, and Electric Daisy, only runner for Zitz Oosthuizen as well, coming from a bit of a rest. A little bit of an interesting race, this to say the least. The favourite could obviously win, but the rankings, based on what we have, does not say that he's the best on breeding, etc., stat form intent to win. So it is a tough race. I'm going to go with 4, 10, 7, 11 and 3, and maybe Big in Texas in my bigger perm as well, because it's Smith and Van Rensburg that's been going well. In the fourth race, yeah, I think Ambra and Beethoven is the two best suited runners in this race, the 2 and the 1, and then Evie's first, bit of value on 12 to 1 with those kind of figures that I'm seeing here as far as adjusted time and speed rating and median speed and bat figures is concerned. And then for the last time, Godson and Mokotwa, 10 to 1, also coming from a rest with the highest speed rating, so 2194. And then I think that should be enough. I'm hoping that should be enough. Otherwise, a bit of a question mark on Promotius returning from a rest here with Smith and Van Rensburg. So Promotius is maybe worthwhile including in your smaller exotics as well. And then 8573 if you don't want to take a chance on 21946. That's how I see it. In any case, nothing really standing out yet. In the next, I am with Jinfizz as Gref and Ndlovu, coming back from a bit of a rest. Did have the best bat figures before the rest, and on that he does take the first choice with La Bella Mia, Smith and Ramsden. You can see Ramsden's taking 2.5 kilos off to try and get better on the bat and the bum roll figures. And then Racine, if you want to be Greft by Jinfizz or by Gref, then maybe Racine with Mokotwa, interesting, having the flame here, being booked for the ride, and does have better previous bats, the best median speed and the best super rule percentage. So I've gone 2 and 3, and in my bigger perm I've gone the 5 and the 7, Duchess of Bourbon and Miss Honey, one of only 2 runners for Montana Turner and Dylan Larena today. And at 25 to 1 is really not that far out of the bat figure lengths here, as what the betting suggests. In the 6th race, and here I do like Aranjuez and Africa's Gold as my first two choices, with one being my third choice. I do think Aranjuez is not bad, one of only two for Tara Lane. Kendall Minier takes the ride, only has three for the day, and Africa's Gold, coming back from a bit of a break, doesn't have the greatest bat figures, so I would maybe take him on with Aranjuez to maybe upset the apple tree. My biggest concern I saw in this race was actually the fact that all of this data is coming from Fairview Poly and not Fairview Grass. You can see all of this is Fairview Poly and all of this is Fairview Poly. So the grass figures is very old. This is June 2019. So the grass figures here also June. So that to me means that can't be too reliable, because we only have Fairview Poly in the last 6 months figures to go by. So I've gone on 4 and 2 and 6, and my bigger perm I have added 3 Purist Bliss and 1 Cedar Man. Purist Bliss has this red bats here, but I have not seen Purist Bliss running the further distance of 2,400 today, but he has got some decent bats over the shorter distance. His bat did go worse from 16 to 19. Sometimes that's an indication they didn't quite like him moving up further. So on that kind of curve, maybe he wouldn't like the extra 500 further from 19 to 2,400, but we don't have the data to actually know if that's going to be the case. In the 7th, I'm hoping that John Nell can finish with a double Earth Hour and Royal Shindig in the very last. But here, Earth Hour takes my first choice with Rock Aloe, the backup, 1 and 2. And if you need anything more than that, 4, 5, and 6 should be enough. But I think 1 and 2, or either the field probably. In the last of the day, here we have Royal Shindig and Cut Glass, the 10 and the 5, and then King of the Moments got Glenn Cotson, only runner for the day, so that must be respected as well. And then there's got a stablemate at 10 to 1 on Highway Star, so in my bigger perm I might just go for Highway Star as an addition, just in case we're getting Cotsoned. Because we'll probably get Thrift or Smith today. But yeah, 10, 5, 1 and 6. I don't really like the card. I'm going to spend more time actually studying the card for tomorrow for the big day. Kenilworth and Turffontein, guys. So maybe my only bet is going to be John Nell with the Greenie and Royal Shindig as those two as a placed double, but nothing really standing out much. Global Drummer should win, but just the tongue tie is a bit of a worry. This race could be a bit tricky now with the scratchings. Here I like Beethoven, I like Ambra. I think one of those two is hopefully the winner here. Don't like the favourite much there. Yeah, a bit of an open field to it. Maybe Gin Fizz or the field. Yeah, Aranjuez. So maybe the 2 Tara Lane runners and the 2 John Nell runners in race 7 and 8 is maybe my best chances to be involved today. Hey guys, that's it from me. We'll have a longer video for the weekend coming up. Have a great day.